The Sinai Peninsula is a desolate yet awe-inspiring landscape characterized by its rugged mountains and vast desert expanses. This region, with its stark beauty and harsh environment, has long captured the imagination of those who traverse its terrain. Located in Egypt, it forms a bridge between Africa and Asia, serving as a crucial geographical and cultural link. This unique position has made the Sinai Peninsula a crossroads of civilizations for millennia. This strategic location has shaped its history and significance, influencing trade routes and military campaigns throughout the ages. The ancient trade routes that crisscross the peninsula are a testament to its long-standing importance. In biblical times, Sinai was a place of profound religious experience. It is here that the divine and the mortal intersected, creating a landscape rich with spiritual significance. It is here that the Israelites, fleeing slavery in Egypt, encountered God. Their journey through this harsh wilderness was not just a physical trek but a profound spiritual odyssey. The book of Exodus describes their journey through the wilderness, a journey marked by trials and tribulations, but also by moments of divine revelation and guidance. This journey was a physical and spiritual test, challenging the Israelites to trust in divine providence and to forge a new identity as a people chosen by God. It led them to the foot of Mount Sinai, where they received the Ten Commandments, a momentous event that would define their covenant with God and shape their moral and legal framework. This event marked a turning point in their history, transforming their collective identity and solidifying their relationship with the divine. It transformed them from a fleeing band of slaves into a covenant people, bound together by shared faith and divine law. The Sinai Peninsula thus holds a unique place in the biblical narrative, serving as the backdrop for some of the most pivotal events in the history of the Israelites. It is a place of revelation, where God chose to reveal His law and make a covenant with His people, a covenant that would endure through the ages. The story of the Exodus and the giving of the law at Sinai continues to resonate with people of faith today, inspiring countless pilgrims and scholars who seek to understand its profound lessons. It speaks of liberation, divine guidance, and the importance of moral responsibility, themes that remain relevant and powerful in our contemporary world. The Exodus from Egypt is a foundational story in the Bible, a tale of liberation and divine intervention that has inspired countless generations. It tells of God's deliverance of the Israelites from slavery, a momentous event that marked the birth of a nation. Led by Moses, they fled Egypt and journeyed towards the Promised Land, a land flowing with milk and honey, as promised by God. The Sinai Peninsula played a crucial role in this journey, serving as both a physical and spiritual landscape for the Israelites. It was here that the Israelites experienced God's presence and provision in tangible ways, from the giving of the Ten Commandments to the daily sustenance they received. The parting of the Red Sea, a miraculous event, allowed them to escape from the pursuing Egyptian army, showcasing God's power and protection. In the wilderness of Sinai, they faced hunger and thirst, challenges that tested their faith and resilience. God provided for them with manna from heaven and water from a rock, miraculous provisions that sustained them in their time of need. These miracles demonstrated God's power and faithfulness, reinforcing the covenant between God and His people. They also tested and strengthened the Israelites' faith, teaching them to rely on divine guidance. The journey through Sinai was not just about physical survival, it was a profound spiritual odyssey. It was a time of formation for the Israelites, a period where they were molded into a community of faith. They were learning to trust in God's guidance and provision, understanding that their journey was part of a greater divine plan. They were also learning to live as a community, bound by the covenant they had made with God, a covenant that would define their identity for generations to come. The covenant at Mount Sinai is a pivotal event in the Bible. It is described in the book of Exodus. After weeks of wandering in the wilderness, the Israelites arrived at the foot of Mount Sinai. Here, God summoned Moses to the top of the mountain. God proposed a covenant with the Israelites. He promised to make them His treasured possession, a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. In return, they were to obey His laws and live according to His ways. This covenant marked the formal establishment of the Israelites as God's chosen people. It also laid the foundation for their future as a nation. The covenant at Sinai was not just a legal contract, it was a relationship of mutual obligation and love. God promised to be their God and they promised to be His people. Central to the covenant at Sinai was the giving of the Ten Commandments. These commandments, inscribed on 2 stone tablets, represent the core of God's law. They are ethical guidelines for living a righteous life. The first 4 commandments deal with our relationship with God. They call for us to worship only the one true God, avoid idolatry, respect His name, and observe the Sabbath. The remaining 6 commandments deal with our relationships with others. They prohibit murder, adultery, stealing, false witness, and coveting. The 10 commandments are not just rules to follow out of fear of punishment. They are principles for living a life of love, justice, and compassion. They reflect God's character and His desire for humanity to live in harmony with Him and with one another. Section 5. The Tabernacle, a portable sanctuary. Following the giving of the law, God instructed Moses to build a tabernacle. This portable sanctuary was to be a visible symbol of God's presence among His people. The book of Exodus provides detailed instructions for the tabernacle's construction. It consisted of a tent-like structure made of acacia wood and covered with animal skins. Inside, the most sacred object was the Ark of the Covenant. This chest contained the stone tablets of the 10 Commandments. The tabernacle served as a place of worship, sacrifice, and encounter with God. It was a constant reminder of God's presence and His covenant with the Israelites. It also symbolized the Israelites' identity as a people set apart for God's purposes. Section 6. Searching for Sinai Archaeological Perspectives. The exact location of biblical Mount Sinai has been a subject of much debate and speculation. Traditionalists identify it with Jebel Musa, a mountain in the southern part of the Sinai Peninsula. This identification is based on early Christian traditions. However, no conclusive archaeological evidence supports this claim. Alternative locations have been proposed, including sites in northwestern Saudi Arabia and even in the Negev desert. These alternative theories are based on geographical and geological interpretations of biblical texts. However, they also lack definitive archaeological proof. The search for the true location of biblical Sinai continues to intrigue scholars and explorers. Section 7. Sinai today, a land of diverse significance. Today, the Sinai Peninsula remains a land of diverse significance. Geographically, it is still a strategic land bridge between continents. Politically, it is part of Egypt. However, it has also been a source of tension and conflict. Culturally, Sinai is home to a mix of Bedouin tribes and Egyptian communities. The Bedouin people have a rich heritage of nomadic life and hospitality. Religiously, Sinai is revered by Jews, Christians, and Muslims. Mount Sinai and St. Catherine's Monastery, located at the foot of Jebel Musa, are important pilgrimage sites. The monastery, one of the oldest Christian monasteries in the world, houses a vast collection of religious icons and manuscripts. The Sinai Peninsula, with its stunning landscapes, ancient history, and religious significance, continues to captivate and inspire visitors from all over the world. Section 8. Pilgrimage to Sinai, a timeless tradition. For centuries, pilgrims have journeyed to Sinai seeking spiritual renewal and a deeper connection with God. The tradition of pilgrimage to this sacred wilderness dates back to the early Christian era. It continues to this day. Pilgrims from various faiths and backgrounds come to Sinai. They are drawn by its biblical history, its stark beauty, and its reputation as a place of encounter with the divine. Some pilgrims climb Mount Sinai at night to witness the sunrise. They associate this experience with Moses' ascent to receive the 10 Commandments. Others visit St. Catherine's Monastery, seeking solace and inspiration amidst its ancient walls and sacred relics. The act of pilgrimage to Sinai is a testament to the enduring power of this sacred landscape. It is a place where people still come to seek God, encounter His presence, and deepen their faith. Section 9. Conclusion. The enduring legacy of Sinai. The Sinai Peninsula, though geographically a wilderness, is far from barren in its significance. This land, with its rugged mountains and vast deserts, holds a profound place in the hearts of many. It stands as a powerful symbol in the biblical narrative, representing a place of divine revelation, covenant, and transformation. The stories and events that unfolded here have shaped the spiritual landscape of countless generations. It was at Sinai that God chose to reveal His law to His people. This moment of divine communication marked a pivotal point in the history of faith. He established a covenant that would shape their destiny, a covenant that would guide them through trials and triumphs alike. The story of the Exodus and the giving of the law at Sinai continues to resonate with people of faith today. It is a narrative that speaks to the journey of liberation and the quest for a promised land. It speaks of liberation, divine guidance, and the importance of moral responsibility. These themes are as relevant now as they were thousands of years ago. The Ten Commandments, though given in a specific time and context, remain timeless ethical guidelines. They offer a blueprint for living a life of integrity and purpose. They challenge us to live lives of love, justice, and compassion. These principles are the foundation of a just and harmonious society. The Sinai Peninsula, with its history, its spirituality, and its stark beauty, continues to inspire, challenge, and transform. It is a place where the past and present converge, offering lessons for the future. It is a testament to the enduring power of faith, the importance of seeking God, and the human capacity for spiritual growth. The legacy of Sinai is one of profound spiritual significance, a beacon of hope and a call to higher purpose.